How's it going, fellow traders? It's Magic Trader here. This is the Forex Market Outlook video. Today is Wednesday the 23rd, 2018 of May. So, we had some decent moves in the market. It came a little bit late, and it's most likely because of the holiday that we had on Monday. So Tuesday kind of acted like the Monday, and then Wednesday we got some good moves. So let's first take a look at what gold is doing. So we can see that gold, we got this nice drop in gold here, right? And we're falling short of hitting the weekly area of demand. And that's because if you take a look at the monthly chart here, okay, you got this big bullish move up from the basing. So lots of demand in that area, okay? And then we got this monthly 20 EMA that price is testing right now. So price is just basically sitting at that area and stalling. Okay, so we could get a move to the upside now because we had this 4-hour area of supply taken out right here. Got taken out. This could have been the area that was responsible for taking it out, but we never got no consolidation. Never got any consolidation. Price just came right back down to it. So the only other area of demand right now on the 4-hour chart is this one right here, but you could see that we just fell short of hitting that right now. So I think there's a good chance that we get a move up to here. And then what happens up there will be, it'll be hard to judge because we'll have to look at what the euro's doing and the US dollar is doing at that same time. But I think this move to the upside is what's going to be the next move coming on gold. But besides that, there's not much more to see here. And if we do get that nice rally up here, we got that 20 EMA that we'll have to contend against. And there's really no supply here, but let me just draw something in. We do have a nice imbalance right here, okay? It didn't remove an area of demand, so it is just a nice imbalance. So we could get a rally all the way up to here, and then a bigger, deeper drop like this. That's very possible. But we'll see. As price does go up, if it does indeed go up, we'll take a look at the other markets and see what is most likely to transpire. Oil. So as mentioned in the report, oil is now sitting within a weekly supply imbalance. It is not a supply zone. So taking a look here, you could see that there was quite a significant drop from this area here, but the only thing is it didn't remove a demand zone. The only official demand zone that I found was this one here, and this is the area of supply that was responsible for removing this area. So therefore, here is the official weekly supply zone, and this area right below it is just the supply imbalance. So that doesn't mean that price cannot drop from here, because it is highly possible that that happens. But you also have to take note that there is a higher time frame trend line running right across the chart here, and what comes perfectly in confluence with that? This area of supply. So I do think that there's a very good chance we get a break to the upside, and then we see the big reaction coming from this area up here. All right, so we'll have to wait and see. Let me just adjust this like that. We'll have to wait and see because anything can really happen at this point. But I think the odds are we get a break to the upside all the way up to that higher weekly area of supply. And then when we do get up there, I'm going to be looking for momentum to shift to the downside. And then I'll be interested in getting in short. Now taking a look at the US dollar, we see it's been quite stubborn and wanting to push up higher and higher and higher, right? And so this last push up has taken out this area of supply right here. So let's fast forward. and we can see that just now we have a break above that area of supply. So let me just change that. Alright, so we had a daily area of demand here that just barely consolidated away, but price came down to it and respected it and then pushed higher. Was quite surprised that this area got respected. And when an area that is so poorly formed like this gets respected, that means there is institutional money backing that up. So does that mean that the US dollar is leading the pack right now? I don't believe so. I think it's the euro that's leading the pack, and I'll explain why when we get to that pair. So now we've broken up to the upside, and now we have a new area of demand being formed. But we'll have to wait and see, because if price just comes right back down here, then this area will not be the area responsible for taking out this supply up here. So right now we can't really do anything. The only thing I'd be interested in seeing is this trend line breaking and price coming down, and then retesting whatever area of supply is responsible for breaking that. But this one's short. I wouldn't really want to short the US dollar, simply because there isn't a higher time frame area of supply that price is sitting within right now. The euro, yes, because it's a different story, and that's why I believe it's leading the pack right now. So let's take a look at the Aussie. So Aussie is responding to some demand right here. Okay, this area here got taken out. This area was responsible for removing a weekly demand zone, so therefore this area is very important. So I usually make it darker like that. So this area is very important because it removed the weekly demand zone. And what did this area do here? This area was responsible for taking this out, and it broke to the upside. I posted on Twitter, once this area breaks, very good chance of a move to the upside. So right now this area broke, price came back to the area of demand that was responsible for removing that area, and look, we've tested it, and now we're starting to see that bullish momentum build to the upside. So I believe when we get up here, there's going to be that weekly area of supply. This will be a good area to get in short, but I'm not going to short it blindly. I'd have to wait for momentum to shift at the weekly supply. Okay, and then I'd be interested in getting in short. Okay. Let's take a look at the Aussie CAD. So I put out there that this would be a good trade long if price would have come back down and moved up like that. Instead it just broke higher, but we are sitting within a daily area of supply, so we could still see that drop before a bigger move to the upside. Still think that's in the cards, although let's take a look at something here. Yeah, we still got room. Yeah, this could definitely happen like this. That move. So it's still valid. Still a valid trade. Yeah, still valid. Okay, let's take a look at the Aussie yen. So very messy. We got a weekly downtrend, but the monthly trend is broken. We are reacting from a higher time frame area of supply, so the force of price is down right now. So I wouldn't want to take any long trades. What I would like to do is take a short from this area up here. This would be good, a good spot to take a short. So, you know, let's take a look here. So I want to show you something. There's a higher time frame area of supply in control right now, right here. So the force of price is downwards. All right. And right now we're seeing some bullishness to the upside because of Aussie strength, but once Aussie hits that weekly area of supply, it's going to want to drop, right? And let's quickly jet over to the yen. What are we expecting from this one? So we're expecting some kind of a drop, but then eventually higher. Okay, so, and this one up and then down. So they go against each other. That's why I don't like this chart and the idea of trading this chart. You know, if price got all the way up here and then I saw momentum shifting, I would be inclined to take a short. But because weakness on the Aussie is what's expected and weakness on the yen is expected, there's going to be a lot of unpredictable price action, so it makes it very difficult to trade. So the Aussie Kiwi, we got a nice move to the upside. I wanted to take a long if price got down here, fell short of it, and then we saw a move to the upside, and now we're seeing it coming really close to this area of weekly supply. But at the end of the day, a monthly demand imbalance is in control, and I'm expecting price to go up just as these arrows have been here. Okay, so once we get a test of this area, we could see a push to the downside, and could even see this here. Could even see something like this. Very good chance. So I'll be keeping my eye on that scenario to see if it does play out, because even though, I'll take a look. Yeah, this could be it. And this is taking out a higher time frame area of a higher time frame trend line right here. So this could be the spot. So I'll watch this one closely. In fact, let me put an alert. Okay, that alert is set in there. So now let's go to the CAD yen. Again, this one's a messy chart, expecting the CAD to get weak and also the yen to get weak. So going to see a lot of choppiness. But again, just like the other Aussie yen, if price does get up here and momentum shifts, this could be a very good short like that. But I'd need price to get a little bit higher. Euro, US dollar. So on the weekly chart, in the latest webinar, we were talking about this area of supply, because we are discussing trend lines and aggressive trend lines, and here's an aggressive trend line right now. And I said that sometimes I pay attention to them if there's been a very extended move to the upside, but in scenarios like this you have to be extremely careful, because look, this zone here was responsible for breaking this trend line, because we got this candle to close outside on the other side of that trend line, but it did not remove this area of demand. Okay, the area of demand was removed by this area of supply. So therefore, this area of demand that removed this area of supply couldn't possibly be very important. So therefore, it was taken out right here. But this area was important. Why? Because it did two things. It broke through this descending trend line, and it also broke through this area of supply. So important. So here would be a better place to see a reversal. Am I going to expect a reversal from here at this point? Nope, I'm not going to expect it. Because if a reversal was to happen from there, what I would want to see is at least this trend line get taken out, and at least this area of supply get taken out. So something to the nature of this would have to happen for me to want to take a long. Okay, and I posted this exact scenario on the private Twitter feed, so you can have a look at what I'm expecting to happen. Okay, there is a weekly area of supply here that could potentially cause trouble, but again, remember, this area of supply is considered to be weak because it removed a weak demand zone and a weak supply zone. So this could just react and then break up. So ideally, what I'd want is for price to break up, break through here, and then go to the zone that caused the removal of this area, and then take along towards here. That would be the ideal scenario. So I'll wait to see what happens with price. If this trend line breaks, which will be the first thing that will need to happen, then I'll start paying attention to see exactly what the price action will look like afterwards. Alright, Euro Aussie, look at that 4-hour supply zone that I had drawn out. Trade worked out perfectly. Look at that. Shorting right here. A nice 3-to-1 move away already took place. So I skipped on this trade just because of the inconsistencies in the market. If you look at all the pairs, you could see that they're not in tune with each other, and I don't like trading markets that are not in tune with each other, because that means, you know, different things can happen. When the markets are in tune with each other, it's a lot more predictable and it's easier to plan trades. Plus, we're in a really bad phase right now, right? We're waiting for price to retrace, so it's very unpredictable to even trade any of the pairs. But my initial idea worked out perfectly. So what's next? Daily demand zones long at weekly? Yes, possible, but I'm looking for, because right now we got already a tested area of monthly demand, so nothing really decent to look at on this chart. So we move on to the EUROCAD, and again, nothing decent here. Euro pound, same thing. Euro Kiwi. So we got the daily demand being tested right now, but a lot of consolidation. So if the euro is expected to move higher, the Kiwi, yeah, it could very much move higher as well, but I think the bigger move is to the downside. Yeah, same thing here. So the Euro Kiwi is going to be very difficult to trade as well. I think it looks like it wants to head lower, but I mean, we're kind of ranging right now, right? So to get a better idea of what's to come, either this area would have to be taken out or this area would have to be taken out, and then we'd have a better indication of what's going on with this pair. Euro Yen. So we got a push to the downside, pretty decent. I do believe that euro is going to be weaker than the yen. You know, if you take a look here at the yen, yeah, I think what this has to go through to break up to new highs is a lot more than what this has to go through to break lower. Therefore, euro weaker than yen. Therefore, euro yen. Some good opportunities possibly for a trade lower. Right now, we got a daily area of supply here. And let me just change the color of that. So, yeah. Can very much happen like that. Yeah, this could even work out, this area of supply right here, for a move up and then a bigger move down. That could definitely happen. Yeah, not bad. So let me set an alert there because I want to take note of that. Okay, so my alert's set, so that could be a really good short trade. I just want to see price action on the weekly when if price does get up there, and then I'll make my decision then. Pound US dollar, break lower, and now we're testing this area here once again, and yep, testing again. So for a short, I would want to at least see these areas taken out. and then along like that, because I want it to be proven to me that these, because look, just like on the US dollar, if you take a look here on the daily chart, look at this area of supply, right? It broke through this area of demand, very little consolidation away. Price came up, respected, and dropped. That's the banks filling in orders and not needing it to drop that far away before returning price and getting in more of their orders. So would need to see these areas be taken out before I'd be interested in getting in long. But if you look at the monthly chart, I mean, this is all garbage, right? There's nothing really here. So this can easily just fall down here. Not like it's going to happen over the next couple of weeks, but I'm just saying, when you look at the chart, it can easily drop. So weak pound, right? So just like I was looking at the euro, and it looked like there's very little to stop it from dropping. Same thing with the pound, which leads me to believe, let's take a quick look here, bigger drops on the EURAUD, potentially on the EURCAD. Oh, both euro and pound are weak, so this one will be difficult. And Kiwi, yeah, this one could easily drop too. So drop on the euro yen. So pound has nothing to stop it. So yep, this could drop too, a lot more. Pound Aussie, this can come all the way down here to 165s. Yep, this could go all the way down here. It looks like that. This one also had a nice 4-hour area of supply that got respected and dropped. So I believe now, taking a look here, this area has been taken out, so let me fix that. Okay, so that's a new updated chart. So yep, let me measure something here. So this one was above it. Okay. So I'll wait for this candle to play out, and then I'll have a better indication of where that zone is that caused the removal of this area here. So that's the pound Aussie, definitely a bigger move down, and this one too. This one can definitely move down too. Pound CAD. So it looks like the pound pairs are setting up for some nice shorts. Looking at the weekly, yep, nothing in terms of great opportunities, but over the long term it looks like we're going to be getting a move like that. Pound yen already broke through this area. Okay, so let's update the chart. Okay, updated chart, and yeah, definitely could see a move down on this one for sure. For sure, all the way down here. Yeah. In fact, if this was to drop, there'd be a nice area of supply here that could be a good move too in the future. And this one looks decent too. No, we're at that trend line, so it wouldn't be good to short here, because that trend line on the weekly chart could be taking precedence. So hold on for a second. No, the trend line's already been broken here, but it is respecting this one here too, so got to take that into consideration. So I'm going to keep an eye on the pound pairs for potential shorting opportunities. Pound Kiwi, same with the Euro Kiwi, won't be good, and we can see that they seem to be both with the same amount of weakness in them, so it'll be difficult to judge. And this USDCAD, Lots of sideways action here. So what's the trade? We could just sit sideways until a breakout. I mean, right? We got that wedge formation here. You know, we could just stay sideways until a breakout happens. So really not a time to trade this pair right now, considering this sideways action. So here I'm expecting the US dollar to drop. With that US dollar drop, I'd like to see it push down price here. But the thing is, where on the chart would this go? It'd be difficult because there's nothing here. There's no demand zones or anything here. So this would have to come down, build a foundation, and then a move to the upside. So in the future, if I do see a big foundation being built, then maybe I'd be interested in taking a long, but not anytime soon. Kiwi. We got this area of demand being respected. And now buying pressure coming to the upside. So this could be a good long once this area here gets taken out. If it creates new areas of demand, they could be areas to take a long trade, but because of this messiness here on the monthly chart, I don't see any really good opportunities right now. US Swiss franc, so we got a little bit of the weakness coming in off of this tested weekly area of supply. I'm just waiting for this area to get taken out. Once this area gets taken out, then we have this area of daily demand that was responsible for removing a weekly supply. So we could get price to come here and then reverse, right? That's possible. If we take a look at the US dollar, yeah, but what's more likely is a bigger drop here. Like I've been waiting and saying, I'd be very happy taking a long off of this area here. Really, really like that area. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. That's all the markets that I trade. And so there might be some good shorting opportunities for euro pairs and pound pairs. Over the next few days I'll watch the other Aussie, CAD, and yen to see how they react. The pound Kiwi, Euro Kiwi won't be good because they look like they're going to be equally as weak. So Euro Aussie, Euro CAD, Euro yen, just as well as the pound Aussie, pound CAD, pound yen. I'll be looking at those pairs for shorting opportunities, and also be looking for a long opportunity on euro in the shorter term. But I just need this trend line to be broken first, because there's no way I'm going to go long after this big drop in price until I see proof that the institutions are interested in removing their own supply and breaking through a trend line that the retail traders want to use to short. So once I see that they'll take out the trend line and their own supply, then this will make a good long opportunity to about this area here, where I'll be interested in getting in short like this. But then again, we also have an area of supply here that was responsible for removing a weekly demand zone, so we could get a break above this weekly area of supply, come and respect this area, and then a drop. Or we can even get a break of the trend line, momentum shift, and a move down. So I'm going to be watching for those scenarios to play out. Okay, because you could see 3 different scenarios can play out. This can play out, this can play out, or that can play out, or just like that can play out. Alright, so the chances of this playing out, this one right here, are very low. But and out of these 3 scenarios, the one that's most likely going to play out, hard to say. If I had to give a percentage on each one, I'd say there's about 50% chance price gets all the way up here, and 20% chance price gets up here and drops. and 30% chance that price comes up here and drops. That's what I would say. Okay? Alright guys, 30 minutes. Hope you are enjoying your week and staying safe out there. And so there's some good opportunities that can be coming our way very soon. I just got to keep an eye on the markets and see the dynamics of how price is moving to determine what are the highest probability trades. And then I will take full advantage. Alright? Enjoy your week and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.